All humans have this singular primal urge, this instinct that we all feel the need to act on instantly. But if you go against the grain, if you do something that's totally counterintuitive and you don't follow that urge, you'll actually stand out in the crowd of single women and attract a much higher quality man. What is that desire? Well, it's to feel comfortable, to release any tension. This is something that all human beings want and need. We want to feel comfortable, but where there's comfort, there's no tension. And tension is the one emotion that can create a strong, powerful attraction and bonding. In fact, when you're flirting with someone, what you're actually doing is creating a sexual tension. So if you immediately jump to comfort, you're removing the very thing that's creating attraction. So I'm going to walk you through 3 counterintuitive ways to act differently than everyone else, to create a powerful tension that just doesn't attract men in general, but it also will help you to attract a more confident, discerning man. I'm Jason Silver. I'm the dating coach for ambitious women. On this channel, Attract Great Guys, you're going to hear the truth about men, things that your guy friends would never admit. So hit that red subscribe button and the little notification bell right next to it to get notified of all of my upcoming free trainings. Now let's jump right into it. Here's the 3 ways you can use tension to create deep attraction. Number 1, the 3-second rule. This is when you're listening to a guy that you'd like to attract and you wait 3 seconds after he's done talking. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, before you begin speaking. Now this is different than what most people do. Most people just jump in, they either interrupt or they begin speaking immediately after the person finishes their breath. Now I say most people do this because 99% of people, when you're talking, are thinking about what they're gonna say next. And if you can differentiate yourself, if you can just wait 3 seconds before jumping in, you're gonna exude a level of patience, attentiveness, and focus on the other person that he's not used to receiving. Now, I had a friend that taught me this because I would be talking to her and she'd apply the 3-second rule in our conversation. And at first it felt uncomfortable or awkward, like, should I keep going? Why is she pausing? But the interesting thing is, I just wasn't used to being listened to. She actually taught me what it felt like to communicate with someone that was intensely listening to me. And she made me feel respected and cared for more than almost any other person I had spoken with, because she gave me that space to ruminate. She gave me the space to actually continue my thought instead of being constantly interrupted. And it brought this energy, this aura from her of this relaxed, gentle stillness. She didn't need to interrupt. She didn't need to jump in. She was just present with me. It was very inspiring. And when people feel listened to, they feel cared for. So that's the first way that you can apply the 3-second rule to differentiate yourself just in a normal day-to-day conversation with a high-quality guy. Now, the second way to apply the 3-second rule, and I love this one, is through eye contact. Now, hear me out on this. Maybe you're walking around day to day, you're just walking down the aisle in a grocery store or walking down the street or in an office building hallway, and you make eye contact with someone. Your immediate desire when you make that eye contact is, oh, I got caught. I gotta look down or look away. It's just an immediate, innate desire. We feel kind of embarrassed. But what I encourage you to try to do is when you're making that eye contact and he looks up and he sees you're looking, wait a few seconds before you look away. Now this is gonna require some practice because, as I said, you might get tense, you might feel awkward, but that's perfect. That's the kind of tension we're looking for. So I want you to maintain that eye contact for 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000 as you're walking. You can even add in a little smile, or you can wait for him to acknowledge you and see what he says or if he gives you a smile. Listen, one of the best ways to let a man know that you're interested is to maintain eye contact. It's kind of like a green light saying, yeah, I'm focusing on you. Yeah, I'm interested, and yes, you can engage with me. Because it's terrifying for men to approach women. The fear of rejection, the fear of being creepy, the fear of flirting with someone who's not open to being flirted with. It's a scary process, and you can make it easier by maintaining deep eye contact. It's just so much better for you and for him. Now, you could also take it a step further. If you're looking at someone and you want to add in a little bit of sensuality, a little bit of that sexual energy, maybe imagine kissing him. Don't say anything, but if you just imagine that, you have the fantasy in your mind, just thinking it will bring that energy to your look that you didn't maybe have before. Just a little tip, I encourage you to practice this. It does help you to build up more confidence. It opens up a whole new channel for meeting men that you might not have had before. and it makes it so much easier to approach you. Now, if you find that you're not being approached at all, what you can do is you can just add a simple smile or a hello. And the longer that you look and gaze into his eyes, the better. Don't go back and forth, kind of shifty-eyed. Just pick one single eye and gaze. It's that level of focus that's powerful. And I know this might sound counterintuitive, and you're going to want to look away, but I urge you, keep with it, practice, and you will desensitize yourself to that desire, and you're going to see results. It is powerful. Now, the third and final way to apply the 3-second rule is through touch. Now, this could be in a normal conversation that you're having with a guy. It doesn't need to be on a date, and it doesn't need to be overly intimate. I mean, you can just be talking to someone who could be a friend. People that are great intimate communicators are good at making the other person feel comfortable, and they might touch the other person on their arm if they feel close to them as a way to build rapport. Maybe on their hand or their arm or their shoulder, just as they're speaking, say, "Oh, I wanted to tell you this story," or "That's really funny." And you just kind of, tap them on the arm. But if you're flirting with a guy, then you can apply the 3-second rule and just hold your hand there on his shoulder or his arm, maybe his upper back, for just a little bit longer than usual, because it's our initial desire to do it for a quick second and then recoil. But if you can hold on to that for a few seconds, you create tension. And if you do this appropriately, if you practice this, it doesn't have to be inappropriate. It doesn't have to be overly sexual. It just kind of creates a tension, and you can make a man's body tingle. I mean, this will send shivers down his spine. There's something very powerful about a woman's touch, and it builds a deep connection with a man. So instead of recoiling right away, just hold on to that for a few seconds and maintain eye contact as well if you can. Once again, this all requires practice. So if you think, "Oh, I don't touch guys, that just seems weird or inappropriate," I encourage you, watch some outgoing and inviting people that are really good at building rapport, and watch how they communicate. You'll find that touch is actually a very natural and normal part of connected conversations. When you break the touch barrier, it builds connection. So try it out. Now, if you use this 3-second rule in these different ways, you'll be acting differently than 99.9% of women out there. It'll give you an edge. You'll be polarizing. You'll have more ways to attract higher quality men. Now, I mention high quality because someone who's a good fit for you, someone who's truly caring and considerate, is going to want to be with someone who's really listening to them, someone who's attentive. Not just someone who's physical. They want someone who's going to give them that space, that relaxed stillness to build a deeper connection. Someone who will be confident enough to maintain that eye contact. So if you want a confident man, the best way is to act confident yourself. Like attracts like. So we have to be the person that we're trying to attract. And finally, if you can add a little bit of feminine flirtation and break that touch barrier, it'll make it so much easier for you to build that bond. So let me know in the comments if you've applied any of the 3-second rule in the past, or if you've tested it out after watching this video. I'd love to hear how it worked for you. And if you'd like to learn more about my brand new coaching program that reveals exactly how you can tap into the one thing that all men are secretly obsessed with, just click the link below this video and I'll see you over there.